Most traders think profits come from strategy, but profitable traders know the real edge starts before the market opens. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Trade the plan, not your emotions. But here's what nobody tells you. That plan doesn't just appear at 9:29 a.m. The traders who actually make money aren't sitting down at their desk scrolling headlines hoping to find something good. They're already done. Their real work happened in the dark, before the chaos, before the decisions, before the temptation. Because here's the thing, the market doesn't care about your strategy. It doesn't care how many books you've read or how fancy your charts are. The market is designed to attack one thing, your emotions. And if you show up unprepared, the market will find every weakness and use it against you until your account is empty. So what separates the 1% of traders who survive from the 99% who blow up? It's not being smart. It's not having money. It's a ritual. 5 morning rituals that losing traders skip because they seem boring or useless. Let's break them down. Ritual 1. Mind check. This is where most traders already lose the day, and the market hasn't even opened yet. You wake up. Maybe you're still thinking about yesterday's losses. Maybe you're already dreaming about today's wins. Either way, you're not ready. You're emotional, and the market is about to destroy you. Professional traders do a mind check first. 3 specific steps. First, silence. 5 to 10 minutes of quiet. No phone, no Twitter, no checking prices. Just silence. Why? Because trading means making big decisions fast. And if your head is full of stress or fear, you're not making decisions, you're panicking. And panic costs money. Second, truth statements. Not "I am a great trader" statements that make you feel good but change nothing. Truth statements are hard reminders. The market owes me nothing. I am here to follow, not guess. My edge is following my rules, not being right. You say these out loud, to a mirror, because your ego needs to hear it. Your ego thinks you're smarter than the market. Your ego thinks you can beat everyone else. Your ego thinks this time is different. Truth statements shut down your ego. Third, the loser's anonymous admission. You look yourself in the eye and say, "I am a loser," or "I can blow up my account if I'm not careful." Before you think that's crazy, understand what this does. This isn't killing your confidence. This is stopping your ego before the market does it for you and costs you way more money. When you admit you can lose, when you admit you can wreck your own account, you create a pause button. You stop yourself from doing something stupid, because the truth is, you are a loser. Not in some feel-good way, in a real way. Most of your trades will lose. That's how it works. And if you can't admit that every morning, you're going to trade like someone who thinks they win every time. And that's how accounts die. Ritual 2, the scan. You checked your mind, your ego is quiet. Now you need to understand what's happening in the market. Most traders open their charts, look at their watch list, and start looking for trades. That's like going into a fight without knowing who you're fighting. You're going to lose. Professional traders scan first. They're checking world markets, what happened in Europe overnight, what's moving in Asia, what oil and gold are doing. Why? Because markets don't work alone. If oil is crashing, energy stocks feel it. If the dollar is jumping up, tech stocks and foreign markets get hurt. You need to know the big picture before you pick your trades. Then you're checking the news calendar, finding the big events. Jobs report at 8:30? Fed boss speaks at 2 o'clock? Those aren't just background noise. Those are danger zones where you should trade smaller or not at all. Because no matter how good your setup looks, if the Fed boss says something the market hates, your chart doesn't matter anymore. Finally, you're checking which sectors are strong and which are weak. Is the whole market going up or down? Which areas are winning? Which are losing? This isn't about guessing. This is about knowing the situation. Because if you're trying to short a stock when the whole market is going up, you're not trading, you're fighting the current. Ritual 3, the rehearsal. This is where losing traders think they're ready, but they're really just making it up as they go. You check the market, you have stocks to watch, but when that stock starts moving fast, when the pressure is on, when you see that big green candle and you're not in yet, are you going to follow your plan, or are you going to chase it in a panic? Professional traders practice first. They spend a few minutes seeing themselves do it perfectly in their head, entering calm, following their stops, taking profits without getting greedy. This isn't weird. This is mental practice. Athletes do it. Doctors do it. Anyone who has to perform under pressure does it. You're building the path in your brain, so when the moment comes, you just do it instead of freezing up. Then you're creating if-then rules. For every stock you're watching, you write exact rules. If stock X opens above $50, I buy. If it drops below 48, I wait. Not maybe, not sort of. Exact triggers with exact actions. Because when it's happening, you won't have time to think. You'll only have time to do what you already decided. And here's what you can't skip: the iron triangle. For every possible trade, you write down 3 numbers before the market opens: your entry, your profit target, your stop loss. Your risk is set before anything happens. Most losing traders skip this because they think they'll figure it out later. That's exactly how you hold a losing trade way too long, hoping it comes back, watching a small loss turn huge. The iron triangle removes hope. Hope is not a plan. Hope kills accounts. Ritual 4. Ready check. You've done everything right so far. Your mind is clear, you understand the market, you practiced and planned. There's still one question. Am I actually ready to trade today? 2 checks. First, check yourself. Are you tired, sick, distracted by something in your life? Most traders think being tough means trading no matter what. That's not tough, that's dumb. If your mind isn't right, if you can't focus, you are not trading with an edge. You're trading with a problem. Professional traders rate themselves. Low rating, trade smaller. Really low, don't trade at all. The market will be there tomorrow. Your account might not be if you trade when you're not right. Second, check your equipment. Is your internet working? Are your data feeds good? Is your platform running? Do you have a backup, like a phone app, if your computer crashes? You'd be surprised how many traders lose money not because they made a bad choice, but because their computer froze and they couldn't get out. This takes 30 seconds and can save you thousands. Ritual 5. The review. Here's the ritual that separates traders who get better from traders who make the same mistakes forever. Before you start today, look at yesterday. Quick look at your trades. What worked? What didn't? What mistake do you need to avoid? What good thing should you do again? Then you write. Not just any writing, active writing. You write what you're thinking, what you're feeling, your exact goals for today. Today, I will not take too many trades. Today, I will take my profits at my target, not wait for more. Today, I will follow my stops. You're setting your plan, not just recording stuff. Why does this matter? Because if you don't think about what you did, you don't learn. If you don't learn, you don't get better. You just trade the same way, make the same mistakes, blow up the same account, and tell yourself the market is rigged or you need a better system. You don't need a better system. You need to stop making the same emotional mistakes. The real edge. Most losing traders think the edge is in the system, the indicator, the pattern, the setup. They show up at 9:25 a.m. with their coffee and their hope and their charts, and they wonder why they keep losing. Meanwhile, the 1% who survive, they did their real work before the sun came up. They cleared their mind. They understood what the market was doing. They practiced their plan. They checked if they were ready. They learned from yesterday. The market doesn't reward the smartest traders. It rewards the most ready traders. And being ready doesn't happen when the market opens. It happens in the dark, in the quiet, in the hard work of doing the boring stuff that doesn't feel like trading, but is actually the only thing that matters. So here's my challenge. Don't try all 5 rituals tomorrow. You'll fail, get frustrated, and quit. Pick the one that fixes your biggest problem right now. Start there. Do it for a week, then add the next one. Because the difference between losing traders and winning traders isn't talent, it's a ritual. And rituals aren't built in a day. They're built in the dark, one morning at a time.